Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Journalism and New Media Studies, SOJNMS. Certificate in Community Radio, CCR, English. Course 2, CCR BJM 002 Operating A, Community Radio. Block 3 Production Techniques, Unit 12, Editing, 12.0 Introduction. Audio editing is a process which requires high skills as well as an instinct. To achieve mastery in audio editing is no less than an art, with the advancement in digital technologies. Audio editing too has undergone tremendous change. Until mid-1990s all the recording and editing was done using the magnetic tape, but now computers, special audio processing hardware combined with feature-rich digital editing software have revolutionized the audio editing process. The traditional form of reel-to-reel tape recording and the editing is now out. The editing using magnetic tape was very time-consuming. Digital audio editing has become a very important function of any program production. To digitally edit the audio, one requires editing software. There are many audio editing software available today, both expensive, highly professional as well as some free ones, but equally useful, with the vast variety of tools. Mixing many tracks to give the listener a better audio experience. 12.1 Objectives. This unit will enable you to understand dot, 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 dot. 12.2 Basic infrastructure requirements of a digital audio workstation, DAW. The logic of the audio editing process. The range of audio editing softwares available. Basic techniques to improve a program. How to transfer programs from digital recorders to the DAW. Learn different audio file formats. Transferring process for audio from CDs. Metadata. Working on Audacity, a free sound editor. Basics of compression codecs. Digital audio workstation, DAW. The term DAW simply means a general combination of audio multitrack software and high-quality audio hardware, the latter being a specialized audio converter unit which performs some variety of analog to digital, ADC, and/or digital to analog, DAC, signal conversion. Audio-intensive DAWs are used primarily for recording, editing and mixing audio. It is nothing but a computer with special hardware configuration. For normal home listening or editing work, the computer's inbuilt sound card is good enough, but not for serious professional recording and editing. The computer needs high-quality audio subsystem for audio processing along with the ability to handle large amounts of audio traffic. High-quality XML ADC DAC hardware can be commercial proprietary software such as Adobe Audition, Logic Pro, Pro Tools, Samplitude, Cubase, Sonar, Acid Pro, Florida Studio, formerly Fruity Loops, Ableton Live, Traction or Digital Performer. There are also free software such as Audacity and Ardour. Besides having high-end sound cards, most DAWs also require a large amount of RAM and fast CPUs. 12.3 LINEAR. Be sequentially wound and rewound to carry out the editing process. Nonlinear editing, NLE. With the advent of digital media, recordings could finally be accessed in a nonlinear manner. One could instantly move from one point in the recording to another without having to pass physically over the intervening material. Nonlinear editing allows the editing process to be carried out in a randomly accessible manner. This speeds up the whole editing process. 12.3.1 Traditional. In the earlier days of broadcasting, magnetic tapes and linear editing was the norm. It was useful but a slow process. Disadvantages of magnetic tape recording, editing: less signal to noise ratio, tune consuming, quality degradation with multiple usage. These days we use the computer to do all editing and post-production work. Advantages of digital recording or editing: high dynamic range, improved signal to noise ratio, easy to remove noise, easy to add special sound effects, high data storage capacity, simple display of audio waveform as it is recorded and edited, no quality degradation with multiple usage. 12.4 Audio file formats. Most people are familiar with an MS Word file like myfile.doc, which has a .doc extension to the file name. There are different file formats available for audio files. Among many formats for audio files, common are WAV files, filename.wav, MP3 files, filename.mp3. Real audio file, filename, RAW, audio files with different formats are all different representations of the original recorded sound. The digital audio files are differentiated by several attributes, like sample rate, number of channels, bit rate. 1 minute of uncompressed, PFLM, audio at CD quality, 16-bit, 44.1 kHz stereo, requires about 10 megabytes of storage. However, once edited, it can be compressed using a codec compression decompression algorithm to decrease the size of the file. This is how an uncompressed digital audio file is converted into a streaming audio file for the web as well. BWF, Broadcast Wave Format. It is a standard audio format created by the European Broadcasting Union. It allows metadata to be stored in the file. MP3. The MPEG-LAYER3 format is the most popular format for downloading music from internet and storing. OGG, a free, open-source container format supporting a variety of codecs, the most popular of which is the audio codec Worbis, or the standard audio file format used by Sun, Unix and Java, IF the standard audio file format used by Apple. It is like a WAV file for the Mac. 12.4.2 Proprietary formats. WMA, the popular Windows Media Audio format owned by Microsoft. Designed with digital rights management, DRM, abilities for copy protection. AAC, the advanced audio coding format, is based on the MPEG-4 audio standard. Owned by Dolby. Attract.wav, the older style Sony ATR-AC format. It always has a .wav file. Extension. RAW, a real audio format designed for streaming audio over the internet. RAM, a text file that contains a link to the internet address where the real audio file is stored. MSV, a Sony proprietary format for memory stick compressed voice files. DVF, a Sony proprietary format for compressed voice files. 12.5 Compression codecs. In an operating system environment, methods for audio compression can be implemented in a special program called a codec. There are a number of codices that come as a standard part of the various operating systems. Codec compression programs commonly come in files with an .acm extension. In nutshell, using these one can convert the file format, such as from WAV file, which consumes too much memory space, to MP3 or other format, which will need much lesser memory storage space. Some companies may use their own proprietary compression formats to record audio on the recorders sold by them. These formats may not be recognized by the standard editing programs or media players. In such a case, the appropriate codec plugin needs to be installed to use the audio file from that particular recorder. 12.6 Metadata. Metadata is data about data of any sort in any media. An item of metadata may describe an individual datum, or content item, or a collection of data including multiple content items. It shares many similar characteristics to the cataloging that takes place in libraries, museums, and archives. Metadata is used to facilitate the understanding, characteristics, and management usage of data. The metadata required for effective data management varies with the type of data and context of use. On a portable music player such as an iPod, the album names, song titles, and album art embedded in the music files are used to generate the artist and song listings, and are considered the metadata. 12.7 Digital audio editing. There are many different audio editing programs available. The basic audio editing techniques remains the same. The editing tools are also similar. Here we will discuss Audacity, which is a free audio editor, in detail. 12.7.1 Audacity. Audacity is a multi-track audio editing program. It is continually updated and improved. It runs efficiently under Windows 98, ME, 2000, Linux, and Unix. One can record, edit, and mix an unlimited number of tracks, sound files in many formats, including WAV, AIFF, MP3, and OGG. Worbis can be imported in this program. Here we will learn the basic working of 1.3.4 beta version of Audacity. Project. Audacity project file simply consists of a number of tracks along with additional information. Audacity project file format, AUP files, stores information about separate tracks, labels, and other Audacity-specific editing information. The AU format is not compatible with any other audio program. Export feature is used to save the audio in WAV, MP3 or other formats. However, while using export feature, Audacity-specific editing information is lost. One should save one's work in an Audacity project format if changes are to be carried out at a later stage. To-do cursor. A cursor is used to specify a particular time position in a track, just like a cursor used in Microsoft Word. Tracks. However, during the editing process, these tracks can be manipulated independently. A clip is a portion of an audio track that can be edited independently for TL, a rest of the track. Audacity setup and configuration. It is fairly easy to set up Audacity and start the work. There are 3 colored analog audio ports or jacks on the back of any computer as part of the computer's built-in sound card. The red jack is for microphone input, usually mono, not stereo. The green jack is for line output, to the speakers or headphones, and the blue jack is for stereo line input. We feed the audio from any other device like a cassette player or tape deck into this port to make the audio available to Audacity for recording. In the Preferences option, under Edit menu, one can change the default values of the various parameters. Audio 110 Preferences, selecting the audio device for playback, the device used for recording, mono or stereo recording, play through, play other tracks while recording. New tracks, cut through, latency, seek time, playing and recording. The easiest way to control playback and recording is with the control toolbar. There are several keyboard shortcuts to above actions which can be used to speed up the work. Play to selection. A portion or region of the track can be played by selecting that region. The current region being played is indicated by arrows in the ruler. There are many options available to play the track in many different ways based on the requirement. Time recording. In the tracks menu, one can specify the date, time and duration to record at a later stage. Zooming. While viewing the entire track, it is difficult to see much detail in the track. To carry out the desired editing, greater details are required in the waveform. Zooming in, horizontal direction, is used to meet this purpose. A selected portion of the track can also be zoomed. The Edit toolbar shows 4 options for various types of zooming: undo, redo and history. In almost all the programs, there is an option to undo your editing. Audacity is also designed to let you try something, maybe a special effect or some level change, and then undo it if you don't like it. Audacity has unlimited undo back to the last time when you opened a document. Edit toolbar. These tools perform the same functions as those accessible through the Edit menu. Clicking on these buttons can delete the selected portion and place it on the clipboard. These are familiar buttons for most editing consoles. Audacity also offers 2 more interesting buttons. Trim. It deletes everything except the selected portion. Silence. It replaces the selected portion of the track with absolute silence. Meter toolbar. A typical meter toolbar is shown below. The green bar shows the playback level, and the red bar shows recording level. It is very important to maintain a nominal level for good recording. For example, when one wants to transcribe a speech or song lyrics. Transcription toolbar has its own play button which plays selected audio at the speed set by the slider to the right. Selection bar. The selection bar is normally displayed at the bottom of the Audacity window. It shows and allows editing of rate. The default sample rate is 44,100 Hz. Changing this value to change the sample rate at which new tracks will be recorded. The existing tracks will be played back, mixed or exported at the new setting. More the sample rate, better is the recording, playback, but more will be the memory requirement, hence a trade-off is needed. Snap to, if checked, selections and mouse click snap to the currently chosen units. End length. Click the End Radio button to show the end point of the selection. Clicking The Length button shows the length of the selection instead. Audio Position. It displays the current position of playback or recording. Timeline. Dot. The timeline ruler measures time of the track. There are various symbols marked on the ruler. The selected range. It is shown as a shaded region on the ruler. The playback cursor. It is shown as a green triangle. The record cursor. IF present. It is shown as a red triangle. Quick play range. It is a selectable time range and is shown by arrowheads with a line connecting them. Tracks. Everything that is added to the project is placed inside a track container. Following are the different types of tracks. A. Audio tracks. Audio tracks contain the audio data. The tracks can be stereo or single channel, mono, left or right. All tracks can individually muted or made solo or given their own gain settings. The audio track has an associated track panel on the left of the track waveform. X. This button is used to close the track. Title. This button is used to change the name, sample rate and how the track is displayed. Track information. It gives in order, stereo or mono, the sampling rate in HZ, and the manner in which samples are represented. Mute. This button is used to silence the track when playing. Click again to end silence. Solo. Click to play just this track. Click again to cancel. Solo takes precedence over mute. Gain. This button is used to adjust the gain for the corresponding track. B. Label tracks. Labels are very useful during the editing process. These are used to mark specific points or selection areas in the project. The labels lies on a separate track called label track. It contains no audio in itself. Creating labels. Suppose we have a recording of an interview and we want to annotate the questions and answers. Now choose Add Label at Selection from the Tracks menu. This creates a new label track and a blank label outlining the current selection. The cursor is automatically positioned inside the label, so just type the name of the label and then press Enter. Similarly, the answer portion in the track is selected and corresponding label added. Whenever we click the title of a label inside the label track, it selects the label and also selects that range of audio in all audio tracks. As can be seen, this feature plays an important role in simplifying the editing process. Time tracks. This special track allows gradually speeding up or slowing down playback of all audio tracks in the project over time, a very useful feature for editing. Special effects. One can apply a variety of special effects to the audio to enhance the audio listening experience. The special effects can be found under the Effect menu. To apply special effects to a section of the track or entire track, select the section where the effect is to be applied and then choose the desired special effect from the Effect menu. Audacity provides a large number of special effects. Let us look briefly at some of these effects. A. Amplify. This button is used to make the selected section of audio louder. To amplify a section of audio, choose Amplify from the Effect menu. Adjust the slider bar to the desired amplification. B. Fade in, fade out. This button is used to gradually increase or decrease the volume of audio. Use the Selection tool to highlight the part of the track that you would like to fade. Select Fade in or Fade out from the Effect menu. C. Noise removal. Use tilde effect for removing constant background noise such as noise of fans, tape noise, or hums. Removing noise is a two-step process. In the first step, the software is taught about the noise. Tilde is done by using a portion of the sound which contains all noise and no signal, where the recording is silent except for the noise. Now choose Noise Removal from the Effect menu and click Get Profile. Audacity now knows from this selection what the noise sounds like, so it knows what to remove later. Next, select all of the audio where you want the noise removed from and choose Noise Removal again. Now click the Remove Noise button to start processing. D. Normalize. This effect sets the selected audio to a specific maximum volume. This removes any volume difference between multiple tracks. It makes all tracks as loud as possible without distortion. A very handy and useful tool for beginners. A. Echo. It is a simple way to add reverberation by repeating at a fixed interval. 12.8 Transferring audio from tapes. Audacity can be used just as easily to record audio from mini-disc, MD, players, radios, mixers, DVD players or other computers. 12.8.1 Connecting the equipment. An appropriate cable is needed from an out jack on the external device to the line-in port of the computer. A stereo mini 2 RCA cable is a typical cable that can be used. The RCA end is connected to the jacks in the back of the cassette player. The stereo mini end should be connected to the computer's line-in jack, usually found at the back. If the device does not have RCA output, the headphone jack is a good out jack to choose. One can use a cable with a 1/8 inch, 3.5 mm stereo jack at the device's headphone jack and an identical 118-inch stereo jack connected to the line-in socket on the computer. If the device has a 114-inch, 6.3 mm headphone jack, then an 11.4 to 1/8 inch adapter is required. If audio from a cassette or a reel-to-reel tape deck is to be recorded, simply connect the deck's line of RCA jacks to your computer's line-in jack using the appropriate cable. The headphones out jack of the cassette deck or to that of an amplifier connected to the tape deck can be used. If the line out volume of the deck is adjustable, set that level quite closer to its maximum. Now adjust the recording level using Audacity's input volume slider. This method helps to keep the inherent tape noise to a minimum. Before transferring audio from the cassette, it is advisable to clean and align the tape heads. 12.8.2 Monitoring the recording. Under Windows and Linux, to monitor your recording, open the volume control panel. Turn up the playback volume and turn off the mute checkbox for the recording source, usually microphone or line-in. If this does not work, open the Audacity preferences. In the Audio 110 section, turn on the software playthrough option. The basic steps are: 1. Set Audacity to record in stereo or mono as desired. 2. Connect the device and the computer using appropriate cable. 3. Choose line-in as the input source on the Audacity 2L bar or in the Audio 1/0 tab of Preferences. 4. Press the record button. While Audacity is recording, start playing your tape or disc. When entire recording is captured, press the stop button. 5. After the recording and editing, you can save your recording in the desired format. WAV, MP3 etc. Supported by Audacity using the export option in Edit menu. 12.8.3 Transferring audio from compact flash audio recorders. A compact flash audio recorder is a digital audio recording device that saves audio onto a compact flash card. The amount of audio that can be recorded on a compact flash audio recorder thus depends on the size of the compact flash card used. A USB cable can be used to connect the recorder to a computer and then use the recorder to download audio files. The audio can also be transferred using an inexpensive card reader that attaches to the computer via a USB cable. For this, remove the compact flash card from the audio recorder and insert it into the card reader. Select the folder on the card reader's drive containing the audio files recorded. Now copy these files on another folder on the computer. 12.8.4 Different types of connectors. RCA 1/8 to 14 inches adapter. XLR 1/4 mini stereo mini plugs. 12.8.5 Getting audio from audio CDs. The audio found on audio CDs is not in a file format that is recognized by Windows. Though Windows Explorer can detect .cda files on this type of CD, however, these .cda files are not audio files. These files cannot be used to copy the audio from the CDs. A separate program is required to rip the audio from the audio CDs and store the audio in WAV format. Many such ripper software are available and can be downloaded from Internet. 12.9 Summary. Digital audio editing techniques have virtually taken over the tedious, time-consuming analog audio methods. Contrary to general belief, any person with basic knowledge of computer operation can do enough of audio editing. One need not get sacred of the technical terminology like DAW-S, file formats, codecs, metadata etc. These have been explained. To have an understanding and features available with typical audio editing software. A beginner may have to use only some of these features for a workable editing, and she may use the default values for sampling rate, bit rates, etc. The software described in this chapter is Audacity, a freeware, which can be downloaded from internet. There are numerous audio editing software available, which have additional features. For someone who is starting a career in broadcasting, it is recommended that a simple to operate software is selected for the start. This unit is only offering a background that will help to handle the editing using free and open source software that is simple and user friendly. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with next chapter.